Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you how I make my UV color change notebooks. So you're going to need your notebook mold, glitter, your UV powder, you'll need epoxy. I have a UV flashlight so I can test the color change as I go. And then I have these little spoon scoop things that come with the UV powder. I like to use them because it kind of um, gives me like an eyeball measurement so I can keep the two covers equal. So it's just this little, I don't know, scoop spoon kind of thing. I have my epoxy all mixed up already, so you guys don't have to watch me do that. Each cover takes 40 mLs, and this is the smallest cover, the A7 size, so it's 40 ml per cover. And then I just take a scoop of my UV powder. Use about that much per side. Just gonna tap it right in there. And then I'm just gonna mix and mix and mix and mix. It does tend to want to clump up at first, so you have to make sure you mix it really well, scrape the sides, scrape the bottom, and if you see any lumps or anything in there, kind of smush them to break them up. Make sure it's all mixed. And then what I'm looking for is like a uniform yellow color for this powder, with no, dry powder stuck to the sides or, floating on top or anything. That seems pretty good. So I'm going to check the color change, see if I need to add any more powder, make sure it's all mixed up pretty well in there. And I'm happy with the amount that it changes from yellow to red. I do see a couple lumps in here, so I'm going to go ahead and smush them and stir it up a little. And then I'm going to go ahead and add my glitter. Today I'm using a white glitter, and it's a fine hex cut. And I don't measure my glitter, I just dump some in there until I think that it's good. That looks like a good amount of glitter, so I'm not going to add any more. I'm going to check my color change one more time, mostly because I just like seeing it change. And then I'm going to go ahead and pour it into the mold. And then I just take my stir stick and I'm going to push the epoxy around, making sure to get around the little posts in the mold, just so that I don't have any gaps or anything. You want to try and make sure that your epoxy doesn't go over the posts. It is not the end of the world if it goes over the post. You can always take an X-Acto, or in extreme cases, I guess you could take a drill and just drill the hole back out, or use the X-Acto blade and cut any excess that you have out. And then I make sure it goes all the way into the corners. And for silicone molds, the bubbles tend to like to accumulate like in the corners or along the edges, so I'm just running my stir stick around the edge to try and coax any little bubbles that might be in there out, make sure everything is fully coated and covered. And then I'm going to take my cup and scrape out any excess that I have in there because I don't want to waste it. The UV powder isn't the cheapest thing ever.
And this is pretty boring to watch, so we'll go ahead and fast forward to this.
And then I do like to make sure one more time that I have even coverage. So I'm going to take my flashlight again and just give it a quick pass, make sure that I don't have any kind of like glaringly bare spots. And we're going to give it a quick pass with my torch. My torch it's actually a butane lighter from the dollar store. We're going to pass it over super, super fast. You don't want to leave it in any one spot for too long, especially near the silicone for the mold, because it will fuse your silicone to your epoxy as it cures, ruining both your epoxy and the project that you're making. So just super, super fast, and then you'll want to leave it to cure for a few days. And I'm going to cut to when it's all cured and out of the mold. All right, so here we have the two finished covers. They both change color. I try to get them as close as possible to each other. I do have my nail light over here, and I'm going to just show you guys how it changes color. And it does it super fast. It turns this nice deep red color. So it starts as yellow, turns to this red. The white glitter stays white. And then we're going to go ahead and put the decal on and assemble it all together. For the decal, I like to put it on the side that is touching the mold. It tends to be smoother than the open face of the mold when you pour it. So I'm going to do it on the smooth side of the mold, or of the piece, yeah. And I already have my decal. I purchased this image on Etsy and I cut it with my Cricut. I've already weeded it, so you guys don't have to watch me, you don't have to sit there and watch me weed this whole design. So we'll just get my transfer tape and we'll go ahead and pull the image off here. There we go. And then I'm just going to eyeball it on the cover, kind of centering it between the holes for the rings, and then centering it also top to bottom. This design does have some straight lines, which helps me to make sure that it's all lined up correctly. And I use a 651 vinyl, a permanent vinyl. It's outdoor rated for up to 5 years or something, so I don't seal my vinyl. I just leave it sitting on top. So far I haven't had any issues with it coming off. And my decal is all applied, and we'll check the color change. I also like how the gold looks against the red, so I'm pretty happy with that. And then all we have left to do is to assemble the notebook. So we'll start with the back cover, and then we will do our little pack of paper, put our top cover on, and then I have the attached rings. These are in rose gold. It is all I have right now. I have to order more, so I'll probably order some in just a regular gold to better match the decal that I have with this, but for the purpose of this video, the rose gold works just fine. So they just slide through. You just put the rings through the holes in both covers in the paper, close them up, and you are all done. Your notebook is ready to go. Super simple. If you have any questions, go ahead and let me know in the comments, and I will answer them as soon as I can. I hope you guys make some notebooks. I'd love to see them.